Leroy, did we dodge a bullet with Cormani McClain, or do we want him still?
Man, it's looking like we dodged a bullet. Heard from people in the Lakeland area that he was not necessarily a great citizen. Had some, shenanigans in high school and whatnot. Look, who didn't have shenanigans in high school? I could tell. No, I can't. I'm thinking of like two specific stories of me, myself personally from high school that were, you would look at me very differently if I were to tell those on air. So I'm not going to, but I say that to say that, like, when you're 16 and 17 and 18 years old, you do dumb shit because that's like rite of passage, right? But having heard that, and then what Dion's talking about out there, he's not studying film. Cormani, he's going late to meetings. Apparently, from the statement, he's missing meetings, and everything. Having heard, through the grapevine, maybe there's some other shenanigans that are ongoing that are legal in Colorado, if you catch my drift. That also might be distracting or making his walk to campus a little slower than or to practice than it might otherwise be. But
It's a recreational walk of sorts.
exactly, yeah, just taking a constitutional, just enjoying nature and everything. But yeah, this is a guy who, for as highly rated as he was, and for as productive and excellent on the field as he was in high school, the clear thought was, when Dion went over to Colorado, you bring Travis Hunter with you, you put him at one cornerback, you take Cormani McClain, you put him at another cornerback, you have an elite cornerback tandem from day one, and Cormani is barely getting playing time at the end of getting blown out by Oregon. To the point where when he was asked about it, he said all these things. Dion joked, because the reporter followed up on the question about what's going on with Cormani for the second week. And he gave the answer, and the reporter said, "Hey, he played at the end of the game last week." He said, "Did you look at the scoreboard? I almost put you," referring to the reporter, "in at cornerback. Like, I mean, we're emptying the bench all the way." So I say that to say that, like, he's working through whatever he needs to work through, and I think this is why. Excuse me. I think that, like, everybody goes to a place for a reason. And I don't know that he would have had it better or easier or made it on the field at Miami doing the things that he is doing in Colorado based upon, the fact that he's not playing there, being seen on the sidelines in just street clothes. And then, he finally played in a blowout game. But, and from Deion Sanders' own statements, I think that, yeah, when you put all that together, maybe it does, even though as a talent, as a player on the field, we could use someone of that caliber. But the totality of everything that is being revealed, I think, yeah, maybe it's best that he went in a different direction than Miami. And look, I can think of a couple of people in a couple of recruits in the past who that has been very much the same, guys who were All-Americans and things like that from schools in South Florida. There's one I remember by name. If you know where I worked, you know who I'm talking about. But there is a story that when I heard that, when this guy was still in high school, right, coming by, like, and everything, oh, hey, I would see this person around the schoolhouse. And I heard about this thing that happened at this event somewhere else. And I was like, oh, no, like, you definitely don't want him. I heard about this. Oh, my God. I forgot about the other one. I just suffice that to say that, yeah, eventually, things come out and everything is not for everyone. And in the end, I think that we've dodged a bullet with Cormani McClain from a total person, citizen standpoint, not from a player standpoint. But then again, Colorado is not even getting the player that they thought they had recruited. So if you're not getting the player, what are we talking about?
Yeah, I was making that sliding scale comparison and analogy about something the other day concerning the work industry, that the talent versus the dumbass quotient, there's a sliding scale there. You are willing to put up with quite a bit more if the talent dictates that. But if the dumbass portion of it goes a little bit too high, then you have to make a call at some point because it negates the talent.
Listen, when I taught choir, long story short, I had a girl who had probably the best voice of any student that I ever taught. She was incredible.
Hmm.
But she want to come late. She want to skip class. She want to learn her music. Oh, well, why would I do these exercises or da da da? You're trying to change how I sound. I'm trying to improve your technique to make you better. But wanted to fight back, wanted to do all those things. Long story short, eventually I had to kick her out because, like, either you're with us or you're against us, but the actions, prove that she was against us. So then, hey, I wish you all the best. I tried to, work with you, but yeah, to your point, the dumbassery got in the way. So, I mean, it happens in all industries and all kinds of things, but yeah,